IMO in my opinion with J and wait, Jay's not here today. E and M today. Emma is stepping in today because John's a little under the weather. So I had to find a replacement. I found an incredible replacement. She's one of the hosts of Ladies Night. Emma, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
Doing great?
Yeah. I coach high school lacrosse. So we had conditioning outside. We ran the stairs, which is awesome. And I do it right there with them. I hated those I'm like, nice. Let's go.
Oh, running stairs. Those are.
It's not so bad. They're not very steep, so it's very manageable. So
it wasn't bad when I was in my late teens. Nowadays, that's a different story.
I think you could make it.
I'm pretty sure I can make it. I don't know if I'm going to make it out of bed the next morning, though. Yeah. That's kind of where my question lies.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but I could probably make it too, you know?
Absolutely.
Well, since we already know he's here, I'll let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Lawrence E. Johnson Jr. here to have some fun tonight. Emma, Miguel, we're going to talk.
Absolutely. That's what we're here to do.
For sure.
How are you today, buddy?
I'm good, man. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing great. I had a long day at work, but I'm here now. It's the weekend. I'm looking forward to that. I saw a great movie yesterday. I saw Spider-Man Homecoming. Not Homecoming. What's it called? No Way Home. Good movie. If you guys haven't seen it, go see it. So I'm here, man. I'm here. This is what I love to do, so I'm here.
I got a question. How is the movie theaters now? Is it packed? Is it not packed?
Well, I'll tell you what. This was the first time I saw the movie theater like super packed.
Oh, nice.
But I mean, it is an anticipated movie. It's not like you're in whatever movie. This is like big deal kind of film. So it was really crazy. It was really crazy.
For sure.
So tell us about you. What do you do?
First of all, I'm adorable, obviously.
Absolutely,
First and foremost.
absolutely.
But no, I'm an actor.
I'm kidding.
I love it. But I know I'm an actor. I'm a director, a writer, all the above. I love to have fun, love to be spontaneous and just enjoy life. You know what I mean? For the most part, my real job is, well, my so-called job right now is is outside sales. That's what I do, but that won't be for long because I'll be doing this full time.
Absolutely.
Just opened my company here. It's called LEJ Entertainment. So look out for that. It's coming soon. Just working out the kinks now, but looking forward to it.
Awesome. That's freaking awesome, man. You're getting involved and you're taking these risks and opening companies, which is something that we don't.
Sure.
We dream of stuff like this, and to actually do it is freaking amazing to me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Emma, back to you. How are you today? Let's see. What did you do today besides lacrosse? Did you do your morning yoga and all this stuff that you love to do?
Actually, today I didn't.
Ooh, bad girl.
I did read though.
You did read?
Nice.
You exercised the brain.
Exactly.
So you're going to be in a play pretty soon.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So Lawrence Johnson Jr. Lawrence.
That's such a cool name, Lawrence Johnson Jr.
Dude,
just sounds like
you
something.
You gotta say the whole.
You gotta say it like
together.
Lawrence Johnson Jr.
I love it.
Lawrence E. Johnson Jr. You gotta know that E
Lawrence
in there. Yeah.
E. Johnson Jr.
It sounds like something like you would see like at a jazz club name. You know what I'm saying? Like that old school jazz club name. That's what that sounds like to me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna continue. What were you doing?
Well, I was just going to say that I'm so excited for this play. It's called 1800 versus 2020. And it's about what the conversations would be like with between slaves in the 1800s and people today in 2020. It's really deep, very funny though, like lighthearted, lots of history, very emotional, but it's really going to be amazing. It's in February, all of February. We're going to be playing it. And tickets are half off right now, so definitely jump on that. Tickets. But what I was going to say about Lawrence E. Johnson Jr. is that he actually helped me book this role.
That's a cool name. Smooth, right?
He was the one that connected me to Nicole Reed and helped me get my foot in the door and get an audition. So, and honestly, can we get it? Yes, thank you.
Blessings.
I'm there.
Blessings. Yeah.
And he's always been someone who hooks his friends up, who wants to see everyone he loves succeed. And I'm telling you, my life has literally changed from being in this play. I cannot thank you enough. Seriously, I'm like blessings. Happy. It's ridiculous how happy I am. Yeah.
Shout out to
So shout out to you. Honestly, I really appreciate it.
I'm humbled. I appreciate it, but you did the work. You got your foot in the door. I just got you there. You did the work. But shout out to Nicole Reed, Richard Gallion. Appreciate you guys. But yeah,
amazing.
I can't wait to see the play. Yeah, can't wait to see you in it.
It's going to be life. Seriously, y'all, this play is going to change theater. Like the deep story, I just love it. I just can't even speak about it. I'm just obsessed.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm happy for you, Emma. Like I really am. Like whenever I see, because you're one of the few friends that I still have from the old classes, and we kind of started in this and in this endeavor kind of at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's awesome to see someone that struggled the same way I struggled. When we were in classes, we got yelled at for the same things or whatever, vice versa, and blah, blah, blah. And it's awesome to see you doing what you want to do. I'm happy. I'm so happy for you.
Definitely.
So you also were part of Janetta's play, right?
Yep.
With Tamar.
I call her Ja.
Right.
Ja.
So tell us about that. What was your role in that play?
I actually co-directed this play, assistant director, and I enjoyed it because it was something behind the scenes for me. So it was something new for me to learn and do. And I was pretty excited and learned a lot. Yeah,
awesome.
Definitely, for sure.
So we attended the play, awesome play. I will ask you one question. Of course, this one's going to come up because there was the one obvious thing that was going on. I did notice you guys had a little bit of an audio problem. Mm-hmm. What was going on?
Well, there were some issues like any play, you're going to have technical issues. But
this is why I love film.
Yeah.
This is why I love film, and theater scares the living shit out of me.
Film, you can stop, you can start, go back to one, whatever. But in theater, it's a little different. You're live, you're on stage. What happens. It's how you handle it. And I think that everybody handled it, the actors and actresses, I think everybody handled it well. They kept going, so I appreciated that. I was freaking out in the booth myself, but
I mean, they even played into it.
Yeah,
like, there was part where they kind of threw it in there, like if we had a microphone that would work or something like that. And I thought it was really clever.
Nothing was stopping you guys. Honestly,
and that was to me was like the most amazing part. Like you guys like powered through it. In my head, I was panicking. In my head because I'm a technical dude, right? So like in my head, I'm like, shit, like, okay, maybe if the transmitters were closer to the stage or blah, 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 or this and this, like my mind was racing, cause I'm a technical dude. I can't help myself with that.
And it's funny, like that, the 2 rehearsals before that, all the equipment worked fine.
Of course, it always happens that way. It always happens that way.
But we get on stage, all of a sudden it changed and the dynamic changed. So, I was just pleasantly happy that all the actors and actresses kept going and they did their part. We handed them microphones. They did it, and like you said, they played into it, and they made it fun for the audience. And,
absolutely.
And they engaged with the audience, so it was nice. We really enjoyed it. But yeah, definitely.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Yep. Why was it one day only?
Well, because of COVID, we kind of wanted to, pull back a little bit, but. Gotcha. We were actually, speaking of that, nice segue. I like that, Emma. Nice segue. But we are taking a play to Atlanta in February.
Congrats.
And taking a play to New York in September. Wow. So the place is already booked. The actors are already ready to go. And shout out to Tarina Page, the cast, Robin, Shanae, English, English, everybody that was behind the scenes, Anisha, I really appreciate you guys because we all work together. We're called the Dream Team now, so that's our new name. But yeah, we really worked hard to put a good project together. Shout out to Marcus Page behind the scenes too as well. So it's a good play. You guys saw it.
You had a lovely playbook as well. It's like really
thank you.
Put together. Everybody that you mentioned was on there. Like it was cool.
It's really, really dope.
So let's take a moment and let's rewind. Let's go back in time. Okay. I wish I had the little dream thing. Whatever. I need to add that sound effect. Let's go into a dream world now. Okay. What made you want to do this? Like where did the seed first get planted? And then let's go through a little bit of a process. And when did you start really getting into it and so on and so forth until where you landed on Tamar, for example?
Well, back in 1971 when I was born. No, joking.
Wait, isn't that what Janetta did the same thing when she came to? I'm like, you guys have the same joke.
So funny.
But it's so cool because I've always, as a younger, in high school, I always wanted to be an entertainer somehow, some way. So back then I was in shape, six pack. I did a lot of miles and stuff like that. And I thought that was going to be my avenue. But as I go older, at my church, we started doing like, church plays and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I really like this. And so locally, and then my wife, she says, hey, why don't you start submitting yourself to do some backgrounds, get a feel for it. So I started doing some background work. And one thing led to another. I liked it being on set. And then all of a sudden I got an agent and started, doing that type of thing and doing plays. Shout out to Richard Gallion, John Ruffin. It's just, Will Adams, he played a major part in all this too. And I just decided, hey, this is what I want to do, and pursue it.
That's awesome. Definitely. That's awesome. That's one of those moments I don't know for you, Emma, like for me, like, I think the moment for me was like, when an agent was interested in me. Mm-hmm. Like that was my moment where I'm like, you know what, I think I'm actually really gonna do this. Like I think we all have that second guess, right? Like I don't know about you guys. Like me, when I was a kid, like I always thought acting and actors were like amazingly special people that like, oh, you're never gonna be like I looked at them like athletes, for example, like a Michael Jordan, like that's a once in a lifetime athlete. Like I don't care what you say, you're never going to be Michael Jordan. You can try all you want, you're not gonna be. That's a special dude. Mm-hmm. Now I believe that there are special actors that are born and they're amazing, just coming out of their mothers, they're talented. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But I think for the most part, you can learn how to do it and be a very good actor. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that was what I always told myself. Like, I just want to be a good actor. I don't want to be a star. I don't want to do all that. I'm not really into that. I just want to do something that I find fun and get paid for it and make a living out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I really wanted. And I think for me, the moment that I'm like, I got to take this seriously was like, crap, there's an agency that wants to get in contact with me. And okay, so now I got to put on the big boy pants. Cause I'm like, once they start sending me auditions, I got to start legitimately doing this because these are people that are really going to see me, that are in the business. Yeah. And I got to represent them, cause they represent me, and I got to put out a good product. Sure. I don't know how you felt. What was your moment, Emma, where you were like, crap, this is real. Like, this is real.
I have a very different experience from you.
I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Just I'm so interested to hear that. Like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. No, I've been serious since I actually started to take class. I was like, all right, now I'm actually taking some intentional action towards
your goal.
This. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like an inner knowing. Like my soul is just so happy when I'm entertaining. Live is, look, you're saying, such a different experience, which I will mention, Miguel, you were good on stage. I know you were shitting your pants.
Oh, what did he do, man?
No.
I missed it.
But okay, during class. During class. But still, that's still practice. I got you. And here's the thing. No, let me tell you, just because you weren't comfortable with it, you worked your ass off and you made it happen.
Nice.
Even though you were shitting your pants the whole time.
I have not to steal a line from the great Liam Neeson, but I have a particular set of skills, right? Okay. And my particular set of skills is I'm very like creative in the sense of I come up with stuff. Okay. So like when I'm assuming the one you're talking about was probably Tom from the Glass Menagerie or whatever it was that I did. And I came up with this whole skit about, like, I even had music playing. I think you turned it on for me or whatever.
Cue me here. I'm like
or whatever. So like I started adding stuff to it, like I drew out a battle plan for it, like a stage plan.
He went hard.
I had
That's
the sofas upside down and all this bullshit. And
you was working. Dude,
I was working. I was working. I mean, I'm terrified of stage.
Are you?
I'm terrified. I mean, I've never really done it. Right? I've never done it. But it just the concept shit can go wrong. Like if I would have been in your guys' play, you were
freaked out.
Yeah, I would have been.
He's done.
I mean, who knows? Now I'm a little more quick with it on my feet because I do this. But like, I don't know how I would react. Now, mind you, I'm assuming like any professional, you get used to it and then it becomes second nature. But
you never know. You never know until you're on stage. I've seen times where I get on stage and just blank out, and then I just sit there for like 2 seconds,
which seems like 25
that 2 seconds seems like 8 hours, man. And you're just up there. You're like, oh my God, But no, it happens, and it happens to the best of them. I mean, and it could be a crowd of 100, it could be a crowd of 1,000, whatever the case may be. You're gonna forget a line. You're not gonna say a line the way it's supposed to be said. So You just roll with it.
Going back to the question, Miguel, you asked me, what about for you? What was that moment where you were like, dang, this is actually happening?
Yeah, I would say that, think about that. I think when I got an agent, that's when I was like, man, this is really going to take off for me. This is really happening. And all the hard work before getting an agent that you put in, it started to, you'll start to see it.
Yeah.
And, you've been on several auditions, you do all this other stuff. And I think that's the moment I saw it. But going into that audition for the agent, and you have to audition in front of them live, that was nerve-wracking for me. I don't know about for you guys. But
this was back when you had to still
PC,
go in.
Yeah.
PC,
Yeah.
pre-COVID.
Yeah.
I got my first agent in December of last year. Actually, oh my God.
Me too. We've been about a year.
Tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary
Yeah,
of me booking an agent, and it was on Zoom.
Oh.
I did get coached through that audition process of like, what questions do I ask? Like all that. I would really highly suggest that. It was such a great just confidence boost to know that I was.
What'd you do for your audition? Did you pick or did they gave you something?
No, I picked. It's this piece that another coach gave it to me literally years ago that I love. It's called dang, I don't even know. It's like the one monologue that I have. But it's about this woman that is about to get married. She's literally like looking across at everybody sitting down. She's just like, I don't want to marry you. She tells the guy she doesn't want to marry him. Like, it's really it's a great monologue.
Wow. Yeah. Nice.
What about you? What'd you audition with?
Well, we were in line. So they give you these scripts in line. You have to learn.
So it's fucking cold read the whole time?
You have to learn that
tough,
script
man.
before you get to the front door. And you have to pick a partner out in line to read with. So I just happened to have a decent partner, and we read together, and we practiced before we got to the door. Went in, I had it in my head.
Nailed it.
It wasn't verbatim, but I got my point across and
got through.
Yeah, got through, and got signed. Shout out to Guild Talent. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. We're gonna do some work in 2022. So shout out to you, April Maria, Patty Gill, everybody involved. Appreciate you guys, but for sure.
Awesome.
I think I did Tom from the Glass Banana. No, I did not.
No,
I did not.
I was gonna be so happy.
No,
I got so
not.
excited.
No, I did not.
I knew that would help you.
No, I did not. I did a scene from Leon the Professional.
Oh,
I did one of Gary Oldman's parts. You know that movie pretty well.
Yeah.
You know the part where he goes to the Italian guy during like his son's birthday party, and he tells him, "Oh, you killed my guy. Oh, my guy died in your turf or whatever." So I did that. I did that monologue. Because I think I've realized that I'm gonna play a bad guy most of my life, and I'm okay with that. I'm cool with it. Again, my favorite actor.
You look like a bad guy.
It's a beard. It's a beard.
My favorite actor.
And you're tall, dude. You're huge.
My favorite actor made a living off of
tattoos.
The tattoos too. Even though they're all copywritten properties, but whatever. I probably picked the wrong ones. My favorite actor is he's made a living about being a bad guy most of the time. Gary Oldman's my favorite actor. So it's like he's played a bad guy in most of his films, and he does great at it. And I'm like, well, why not? Why not just do something, that whatever, fuck it. If that's what I look like, let me grab it and run with it.
That's you being smart with your branding.
Why not?
Yeah,
right?
Of course,
Even the guy from, and I say this often, the guy from Fast and the Furious, the Mexican guy, he always plays a Mexican gangbanger, bald headed. I think his name is, damn it, I can't think of his name.
I know who you're talking about though. Yeah.
He always plays like a Hispanic gangbanger. Yep. He's in Training Day. He's in Bruce Almighty as a gangbanger too.
Okay.
Noel something or whatever.
I know whatever. About. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He literally made a living off of playing the same character basically in every movie, and he makes a living off of it. I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean it's good money. I
would take it.
Do you guys think you get typecast for your auditions? The auditions that you have, you think you get the same audition every time you get typecast? Because isn't there a role that you want to audition for, but they never give you that? What would that be for you?
I don't feel like I have been yet.
I think you can be anything.
Yeah, if you could be.
But I mean, I don't think she would. I don't think she would get typecast because she can play a good amount of roles.
Yeah,
I think you can play a woman assassin as you have already.
Yeah,
And I think you can play a cop. I think you could play a hero if you wanted to, because you have a look that's pretty neutral in the sense, like you can do a lot of other things.
Kind of like,
you know what I'm saying? You can play it all.
Right.
Versus us. I think with guys, a little different.
Yeah.
I think with guys a little different, because I think, you know, the way our figures are, if we're muscular or whatever, we play a certain role.
I mean, that would be me, obviously. I mean, clearly.
You can't like mess too much with your faces either. Like, I feel like women really can completely change, but a lot of men are wearing lots of, you know, like, you can totally transform if you guys wanted to. I believe in you.
I need a wig, because I mean, I'm bald. What can I say?
I'm right there with you, brother.
I can't do nothing with my hairstyle
I don't
anymore.
even try, man. I'm just done. It won't grow. It grows like this way, but it won't grow in the middle. You know what I mean? So
are you finally done with it, or are you still?
I've been done with it.
You've been done. How old were you when you lost? When you started like saying I'm done?
I would say in my late 30s. So I was like, good.
I mean, so I lost my hair when I was like 22.
What?
I officially shaved my head.
I'm like,
when I was
what?
Like
I sound like Kevin Hart. What?
I was like 22 years old when I gave up. Because I didn't want to, like, I remember I was going to like the barber, and my barber would like trim it in a way where like because I was losing everything up top, so that I would get really light really quickly, because everything else would fucking grow. So like he would fix it up and it would look good for like 2-3 days. And I'm like, wow, I'm still paying like $12 for a haircut. I'm just gonna shave my head. Screw it, I'm done. And then, you know, so I was like, whatever. And then I did it, and it's a lot better. It's a lot easier to take care of.
You guys both rock it, honestly.
I mean, I could be ready in 15 minutes.
And
anywhere I want to go. I'm ready, clean shave in 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
And I got to tell you, everybody's head is not built for the ball.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to put it out there.
No.
Everybody's head is not built for the ball.
Oh, no.
I've seen some heads like, bro, just, dude.
They look like yellow M&Ms and
it's
shit.
like, what's going on, bro? Just, you know, hey, I feel bad for you, man. You know?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I agree with you. There's just some head shapes that like, and you should have hung on to your hair a little bit longer. But it is what it is. That's something we can't control, right? So you got into acting, you got your agent. What was your first project through your agency? What was your first gig?
It was actually a commercial. And my family was
where the money at. Commercial where the money at.
It was a good payday.
That's a freaking, I mean, I don't know how it is nowadays, because now they pay you out. Like they buy you out now instead of like paying you residuals.
It was a buyout, but it was still decent. I didn't complain. But it was a healthcare commercial, Kettering healthcare, and my family was actually, my real family was actually in the commercial. My 2 daughters and my wife.
I remember that.
So we, you know, and I was pretty excited. We were on set for 2 locations, like 14 hours. So, and for a 30-second spot, you know, it was like all this for a 30-second spot, but it was worth it, man. So I really enjoyed myself. Yeah, for sure.
Don't you being in the business, you start to realize how much stuff goes into it. I think you said it on the ladies' night. You were like, you realized, you know, it's kind of like being in class, but like at a huge scale. You know? Because I felt the same way, because I was on PD not too long ago. And we did the same thing. We're like, you know, we're running through it and whatever. And part of me, I'm in the back watching, you know, the people who they're focusing on, and I'm like, God, this looks crappy. It looks like acting class. And then, but the funny thing is, then I'll go upstairs before I come into the scene. I'm upstairs and I can see the monitors, and I'm like, God damn, it looks like a TV show. I'm like, crap, like the camera makes everything look
a huge difference.
Ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And how much, you know, how many moving parts are involved in all this? Like, I don't know. So what was your experience? You did a commercial. So what was your next one? What was your experiences?
I don't know. That commercial was my first one professionally. I've done so many auditions where I even got a call back, and you know, I probably could have quit work. It was for, you know, a TV show in Chicago that's coming out on AMC. And, you know, I thought I had that part. I thought I was going to be able to, you know, quit work. And I was thinking about what I'm going to tell my boss when I got the call back. You know, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to come in tomorrow. I'm done with you guys for the rest of my life. You know, it was one of those. But
I have that letter right there. It's already written up and typed.
Nice.
And notarized everything.
So they ended up going with the other guy, which, you know, I was good with. But when you get that close to something like that, that's going to be something special. That one kind of digs and hurts a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. It's part of it's
part of the business.
Part of the business. You have to roll, and you just got to keep your head up and keep going, keep pushing.
Yep. You know, I think that's something we learn as we go. You know, we have to learn how to. We're going to get a lot more no's than we are yeses.
Oh yeah,
that's just the matter of the beast.
Have to have tough skin in this business, and I've learned that a long time ago. And just because you don't get picked for a role, you can't take it personal, which I did at first. I'm like, I killed that audition. Why didn't I get picked? What's going on? But, they may have not liked your look. You may have outshined the star. There's so many reasons that you may not have got picked. So
Absolutely.
you have to, you have tough skin and not take it personal. Just keep.
You got to roll
pushing.
with the punch.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying? It's true because at the same time, this is why I auditioned a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of callbacks or first releases, as we call it.
Yeah. And
I counted those as super wins for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the mere fact that you're in the top, let's say the top 4, top 5.
Yeah.
Out of thousands
that have done it,
yeah.
I'm like, this is a win. And they keep calling you again, like you said, you can't take it personally because it may have been, okay, maybe they wanted someone who didn't have a beard or shorter beard or whatever, a little more hair than you or whatever, that kind of thing, less tattoos, blah, blah, blah.
It happens. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you didn't do well.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I hang my head on. Like, I'm pretty sure my auditions were good. It's just, I didn't fit that particular role.
Yeah. I just think it wasn't meant to be. Like that was for that person, and his life is changed, and your time is coming.
Yeah, and that's all you. That's
it's right around the corner. It's here. Yeah.
Stay focused. Like I tell people all the time that are starting out, stay focused. Don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it because you can. Because I started somewhere, you started somewhere. Look where I'm at now. Look where you're at now. Look where you're at now. We all had to start somewhere. So never let anybody get in your ear, especially somebody that's on the outside looking in that doesn't want to give it that, try, or they're too scared or too nervous to give it that, try type thing. So,
What was one of my buddies said something about nerves last week. And I thought that was really, really cool. He was
I loved that episode. It was super good. He said, being excited and being nervous is the same exact feeling. It's just how you put meaning to it.
That's right.
So like if you're nervous, you didn't prepare. If you're excited, you're prepared. You're prepared. You just want to do that. I'm like, damn, that made so much fucking sense to me. It made a lot of sense. I'm like, you know what? Because it's the truth. You can start to get this feeling before you do something.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like the first couple takes.
Oh yeah.
Emma, you were on med recently. How nervous were you on the first take?
I sort of blacked out.
Did you really?
No. I was a little nervous. Yeah, I was
like
definitely nervous. And then, a little nervous. But as time went on, it was like, great, cool, let's do this. Like,
after that first take, though, you get so relaxed.
Yeah, because you realize you have it. You got it. You know what I'm saying?
What I really loved is that the main character who plays Dr. something with an H, the redhead guy. Sorry, I don't remember his name. I can't remember his name for. But he was like in the corner, like speaking his lines to himself. I'm like, that's just a normal, like, oh, you're a normal person, like, kind of look a little. It's kind of weird to be in that position to be like, everyone else is doing the thing. You're like, but he was doing that. I'm like, that's awesome. Like, everyone's meant to be here. No one's really better than anybody else.
I realized that
we're all
too.
We all have a part in the story.
Just trying to make it.
Just being here and telling the story.
Yeah.
You realize whenever you get around people that are like have been in this business for a long time, right? Like I've been around the Chicago PD people, and I was around Jk Simmons when I did a part for one of the TV shows he's on.
Yeah.
And you start to, and mind you, he's in the Spider-Man movie, and I'm like, hey, I know that guy.
Yep.
I had lines, I had business with that guy.
Yep. Isn't that cool?
It's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
It was like the coolest thing in the world. Like, and it's like you start to realize, like you said, they're human beings. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously they're good at what they do.
Yeah.
But I think I realized like they started in the same way that we did.
Yeah.
Like you can see it. They just do things more. They're just more acclimated to it. They're just more. They have practiced that more. You know what I'm saying? They have more game time than we do. That's all it is.
100%.
Because I saw it in the Chicago PD guys. I mean, they're regular, like literally Marina's just there goofing around trying to steal the liquor bottles in the party, whatever. Yeah. Jesse, the guy who plays Jay, he was just goofing around, saying all this crazy shit, whatever. Talking to them outside, you start to realize like, man, this is I want to do this.
Yeah.
And I can do this.
Yeah.
Something else I've realized is that you have to be ready for a certain amount of work. And so I can't be like, I want to be a reoccurring series regular, like the star of a TV show. I'm not ready for that right now. So I think you have to meet yourself where you are. Of course, push yourself and do the work. That's what it's about.
You know when I noticed that? I noticed that when I first got the first time I got a full script of an episode, and I'm like, geez, can you imagine if you're the main character in this episode, how much you have?
Oh yeah.
How much work you have, right? How much business you have to attend to, and you got to memorize this shit, and you got to play it, and you got to memorize it to forget it, because you have to react.
And you may have one or two lines, and you're like looking at him like he's got like 8 pages,
Oh my!
It's like in one scene, it's like crazy.
And this is a TV show now. Let's go to the next level. Let's go to films. Can you imagine if you're Batman in a movie? You have 90% of the lyrics in that movie.
Oh yeah,
and it's you.
Oh yeah,
you got to carry the film.
Oh yeah,
that's pressure.
Yeah,
that's hard work.
I want that though.
Yeah,
at some
that's
point.
Something I want for sure.
At some point for me. At some point.
I mean, maybe you don't.
That's my goal.
Is that what you? Is that your goal?
I'm not waiting.
He's ready.
Yeah,
you're
why
ready.
we gonna wait?
You're ready.
What we waiting? You're not waiting for it.
We're not waiting, but like I know that there's levels.
Yeah,
in a way.
And you have to trust the process, because when I first started out, I was so gung ho. I wanted to do this, do that, do that. I was gung ho. I wanted to do everything at once, but you have to trust the process, and you have to learn. There's baby steps, and I'm still learning, and I'm humble.
I love that term, baby steps.
Yeah, baby
love
steps.
It.
You like pop, pop, pop.
I love it.
Yeah, so you have to take your time. You have to trust the process, and you have to work on your craft. And when I'm not auditioning, and when I'm not, out there trying to get roles, I actually have my own stuff going.
Yes, so important.
With Will Adams, he is incredible. He kind of pushed me in the right direction and said, "Hey, man, we're going to make our own content." So we started making our own content. So we started doing Plight of the Independent Filmmaker. We have 2 seasons out and on YouTube, and it's just amazing. And just the work ethic, but you know what I'm saying, that we have is just crazy. And the chemistry that we have, even with the actors and actresses that we cast and stuff like that, it's just incredible. So in the theater and even Shad Alameen, working with him, it was, every director, every filmmaker, everybody I've worked with has their own way of doing things.
Of course.
But I think when you're doing your own thing and you're in control of your own environment, it's so much smoother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's why I started the company, because I felt like I'm doing a lot of this for everybody else. I'm helping that project. I'm doing something on that project. And everything I'm doing on these other projects, I could do for myself too as well.
Yep.
So I wanted to take that opportunity to start up the business and dig a little deeper and start learning a little more about the business side of it, and go from there. You know what I mean? For the most part.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
What is your business? Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I call it LEJ Entertainment, because I don't want to say, oh, it's a production company. I don't want to say, oh, we just do film or we just do theater. So anything entertainment, is going to be related to that. So if I want to shoot a commercial for a company, I'll shoot a commercial for a company. If I want to do some theater, I'll do some theater, some plays. If I want to, do some coaching or have an acting coach come in and give acting classes, you can always contract people out for this kind of stuff. But, I want to have a wide variety of stuff that I can offer people.
You don't want to limit yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to be like,
you rather have more options than limit.
Yeah,
that
I don't want to be,
100%.
He's just production, or he's just this, or he's just that.
Right.
Why limit yourself?
Be a jack of all trades, which is great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Did you know that him and I met on a set?
Did you?
Yeah, man.
What's that?
Girl Assassin.
Girl Assassin 2.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
he was like the evil
Did you kill
guy.
him?
Yes. No, wait, did I?
Oh, yeah, you did actually.
Because she came over here the first day later and saying she was killing the guys
I was
left.
breaking necks
she was
left and
breaking
right.
necks left and right and shit.
I was, though.
It was actually, after, watching myself play a bad guy, and I'm typecast to play the cop, the bad guy, whatever. I'm good with that. But this role, I had to dig deep into it, the voice, the mannerisms, and how to portray a boss, like a evil boss. It was pretty intense. And, it wasn't necessarily method acting, but I did take it home with me. And I just dug into that character, try to be that character and bring the best out that I possibly could. And I think I did a good job.
For sure.
We actually had a fight scene. So, yeah, I had to beat her up, man.
You had to beat her up?
Oh
I had to beat her up.
It
was a good fight scene, too.
Clip.
And shout out to Khalil Hawkins and Shad Alameen and everybody that was involved in that project. But, it was pretty dope. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
And that was in long time ago, 2015 or something.
Isn't it crazy?
It was later than that, wasn't it?
You're right, 2013.
No,
were you in the first and second?
No,
one?
I was in the second one. So,
okay.
So it was like 2018, I want to say 2018, 2017, something like that. But yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy the people you meet and like the friendships that you start?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, again, it's not with everyone.
Yeah.
But there's certain ones, like, again, with me and Emma, like, I met Emma and I'm like, I know I can count on, I know what she brings to the table all the time. And I know I can count on her to help me with, if I have questions, I usually, go up to her. If she has questions, she can ask me. Like, she's talking about doing a short film pretty soon. What do I tell you?
Nice.
You could take whatever you want from over there. Just take it with you. Just take it.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Really. I think just getting, popping ideas back and forth from each other, using each other's information, what were our strengths. Like, I'm here for it. Seriously, I love it so much.
No, for sure. And that's what it's about, man. And I always try to bring people on. If I'm doing something, I'll say, hey, Emma, what do you got going on? Or I'll say, hey, Miguel, this is what I got going on. You be perfect for that part. And half the time, I don't even make you audition. It's like, I just know you can play that part in film, especially because we can direct you. You know what I mean? We could direct you and tell you what we want you to do. So if you have that look and you can halfway bring it to the table, we can direct the rest. You know what I mean? I agree with you 100%. I'm all about, like, connecting with people and meeting people. I mean, again, this is another reason why I started this, like, and it started when I started bringing people on the show. Cause when we started, it was just me and John just sitting here for 45 minutes talking crap. I got boring really fast.
Which you guys can do.
That got boring really fast. And when I started bringing, actors and I got to a point where I couldn't bring people I knew. I had to bring people I don't know, that are in the business or whatever. And I'm like, that's awesome, because you get to meet people and you start to realize you guys kind of have similar interests or whatever. And you never know what can come out of it. You have no idea. Like right now, if I'm going to film something and I need a director, I got a director. You know what I'm saying? If he needs an actor, a Puerto Rican who looks like a bad guy, I'm right here. You know what I'm saying?
You're his guy.
And then this is...
Wait, you're Puerto Rican?
I'm Puerto Rican.
I thought you were black. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
You're not black? No, you're not black?
No.
I'm out of here, man.
Listen, you know what's funny? That's the first time someone's asked me that. But it's the funny thing, because John is the opposite. And every other episode, because he's Puerto Rican too. But he looks more Caucasian than anyone. He looks super Caucasian. I totally lost my train of thought. Where was I going with this? I forgot.
No, we were talking about helping each other. Back and forth.
And again, even with this, like with the girls, I let the girls take over the show because I wanted this to be for everyone. If you want to start a podcast, you let me know, and then you guys can come here and record. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it'd be nicer once we get our studio up and running and all this. It'll be a little different story, but I mean that's kind of the goal.
Sure.
I don't want this. Like I told Emma, I'm like, Emma, you're gonna take my seat. I'm done. Once you get comfortable in this and I can just stay behind and I can just set up cameras and whatever, I'm cool.
You want the behind the scenes.
I'm cool with all that. Give me once a month and I'm happy. Where I can still feel like I can do this. I
got to tell you, since I've done the behind the scenes, I almost like it a little more because you don't feel so much pressure, learning your lines and being on stage and, being in front of the camera and stuff like that. It's still fun. Don't get me wrong. I still want to do that. But I found a new passion directing and doing other stuff behind the scenes that just, you bring so much joy to me because working with the actors in Tamar, and the actresses in Tamar, it was just incredible to see them start here and go to the next level, go to the next level, go to the next level from coaching, from Robin, Shanae, and myself, and also it was just to see that finished project or, the product. It's like, wow. We have something to do with that.
That's amazing, right? Like that feeling. That feeling is
so good. You're just a different puzzle piece to the whole entire thing.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I actually helped Miguel film his short film, which was amazing. Amazing. Seriously, go check it out. It's on your channel, right?
Yeah. That's one of that has to do with like that feeling. Like no matter what, I mean, no matter if people have their opinions on it, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But good or bad. It's something. It was an idea you had. You worked towards it and you completed it. And no matter what happens, they can't take that away from you because you put the work for it.
Right.
And it's something you could be proud of. Like I'm proud of everything I've done.
Yeah.
And again, it's not that I'm not great at any of it. I'm very honest and very humble, and I'll say I'm very green at everything that I do. but I'm willing to learn how to get better at it.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I like to work at it, and I love to make mistakes because I learn from them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but that was one of the things where I'm like, man, you know what? I actually did that.
It's
And I'm like-
amazing,
and
Miguel.
it was like,
Seriously, it was
I
fantastic.
figured this out, and actually, at least to me, I'll let you. I don't think you've seen it, but I'll let you watch before you.
Yeah,
do.
let me check it out. Yeah, definitely.
To me, my biggest goal was like I kind of wanted it to feel like a film.
Okay.
Because, you know, everybody does short films and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, everybody has their taste or whatever. But like with me, with my film, I'm like, I wanted it to at least look like a film, kind of feel like a film.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I felt like I achieved that. And, and it has to do a lot with like, you know, researching cameras and how to get a certain look, get a certain angles. And Emma, you rock because you were moving the camera around and some of those shots that you got from me.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know if you
There was
planned
sort
them
of
or
an
whatever.
accident, but,
I'll
but
take
they
it.
happened, and it was like,
What does Bob Ross say? We only have happy little accidents or whatever.
yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah, for
and it was
sure.
great.
So
And
she
it
was
great.
behind the scenes.
Yes,
She was.
Camera
And
girl. Okay,
the
nice.
camera girl. I
Nice.
loved it,
Nice.
especially because I didn't have to worry about my makeup, didn't have to worry
Yep.
about my hair.
Yep.
She does
I
make
had
an
the-
appearance.
I
in
had
the
the whole.
film.
I did.
Oh, does
I do.
she?
Like, yeah.
Is she a bad guy? No. She's a bad.
She wasn't breaking any necks that day.
Oh, she's homeless. She was playing a homeless person.
No,
right?
she was one of my coworkers. She has a brief appearance. I had to get her in there somehow.
That was fun. That was good.
But that was a really like learning experience for me. It's probably one of the coolest things I think I've ever done. Or
It was
taken
so
on.
cool to collaborate with you in that way and like
Yeah.
tell you too, like, dude, you got to do this, you got to do this, like,
Yeah.
you know, little directing happening as well. But or I think you should try this. And the story, I mean, it comes down to the writing, honestly. And the story was awesome. Like, he was very emotional.
Wow.
Not the average that where you get cast for like a bad guy. Like, it's him being very emotional over.
That was another thing. Like, because a lot of my friends, and again, this is not to criticize what, you know, people do or whatever, because it's kind of a Hispanic thing. I mean, we normally lean towards that kind of, you know, genre.
Yeah.
You know, but and again, no shame to what they do. You can do if you want to do a gangbanger flick, do a gangbanger flick, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, I can always do that.
Yeah.
Right. I want to do something that I know I'm probably not going to get casted for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me try something different. So I wrote like, you know, a heartbreak story,
Nice.
blah, blah, blah. Okay. I had a lot of heartbreak in my life. So I think it came out of
easy peasy.
yeah.
It was natural. It's so natural. You know
Easy,
what I mean?
easy day in the
Nailed
office.
it. You
Easy day in the
the
office.
performance was so
So
good.
you
I
have to
loved
dig
it.
deeper in that character. You didn't have to pull.
Oh, it came out. It came out.
Okay,
It
it
came
was
out.
natural.
Yeah, I mean,
Believable.
it's funny. It was actually really funny, and it was really fun. Again, having Emma there was great because, like I said, this is someone that I can communicate with, and like, you know when you have some type of like chemistry with someone. And with Emma, I've always had this like, I can bounce ideas off her, and she's gonna give me an honest opinion, which is what I need, because a lot of people just sugarcoat stuff. I'm like, I need you to tell me if this looks like crap.
Yep.
If you think it doesn't work, tell me it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
There's a,
You know what I'm saying?
there's a lot of yes men out there. You know what I mean? And that's what I call them. I don't want to be told, oh, Lawrence, this is incredible. Keep doing what you're doing. It's awesome. And, you know, and I actually ask people when I know it's bad, just so I can see what kind of mindset they have. What do you think about this? And get their feedback. And they say, oh, it's great. That way I don't have to ask them anything else again. You know what I mean? Because you want somebody to tell you the truth. Because how are you going to get better at what you do if somebody doesn't tell you the truth? Like, hey, that angle was bad, man. Or you cut that whole guy's head off, man. You know, you see that? And, you know, if somebody just says, oh, no, you were great. You know, the acting was great. The film was great. The angles was great. Everything was great, Lawrence. And it's like, you're not giving me any kind of critical feedback that I need to take myself to that next level. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I've always been that type of dude. Like, I'll tell Emma, you got something in your teeth. I will tell you.
Yeah.
Like, you got a booger. I will tell you.
Yep.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
one of
Me
those
too.
guys.
Me
Like,
too.
I will
like-
tell you because I would rather tell you and you feel kind of, you know, embarrassed with me
Yeah.
than someone you don't know or whatever, and then you're more embarrassed like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you go on a stage and you have a booger coming out of your nose or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of those dudes, and I think sometimes you need that, like you said, because how do you improve?
Oh,
And
for sure.
if you care about somebody, you tell them the truth. Like, that's tough love, like hard
That's-
love, right?
I consider that friendship. You know
That's
what I mean?
friendship.
Yes.
Yes,
I
that
consider
is
that
literally friendship.
Because, you know, if you're around me, you're in my camp, and all you tell me is that I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, and that's all I ever hear. You know, and I know I'm not great. You know what I mean? It's like a slap in the face. Like, you just around me to, you know, get what you can out of me. That's the way I look at it. Instead of just telling me the truth and say, oh man, that's garbage. You know, my wife, she is so critical. Like if I do a project, she will tell me straight up, oh, nah. Yeah, don't ever work with them again or don't do that again. And she's so critical, or she'll tell me, hey, you need to do this better next time. And my dad, shout out to my dad, he's the same way. You know, he'll tell me the truth. Hey, this wasn't believable. And he calls me by my nickname, Dude. This wasn't believable. You gotta change this. I don't know.
Yeah.
but I like that feedback. You know, I don't want that somebody, you know, the yes man, I call them, that tell me I'm doing great all the time, you know.
And it's also nice when you're a person that can take it.
Yeah.
You know, and actually apply it.
That's right.
You know, because there's a lot of people, you can tell them something and then what do? They get upset or whatever. Yeah. They, you know, I mean, again, you can take my opinion and do whatever you want with it. Mm-hmm. You can change it. You don't have to. I'm just going to tell you what I see.
That's right.
You know, I mean, and again, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just giving, I don't want to say it's advice. I want to say it's a different perspective.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you want to shoot it this way, I'm like, well, why don't you shoot it over the shoulder?
Yeah.
Or shoot a little lower so you get a more of a dynamic or whatever. You know, you don't have to agree with it. I'm just telling you, try something different because you never know. Maybe it's something you didn't think of, you know, something like that. But so directing's your thing right now?
Yeah, I actually love it. Actually, a good segue because, you know, I'm actually directing for the same people page and, you know, Purpose Lab Productions.
Emma's going to be breaking necks?
Yeah. We're doing a short, well, it's going to be a short film. We're going to turn it into a feature now, but what a difference that makes, you know?
Saw that.
Yeah, so
I love it. The
film.
cover, everything looks so good.
So I'm directing that, and you know, I'm loving every minute of it. So we were filming. We've got a filming. Will be done probably. I want to say March. I'm saying it'll be in 3 theaters already.
Awesome.
Already done. It'll be in 3 theaters in April. I don't have all my notes in front of me, but yeah, definitely look out for that. So I'm so proud of that because watching that start from where it is and just, you know, going to that next level too is great. Shout out to BCS Studios, Al Ballard. I did a short with him. I was actually acting in that called Friend Zone. When you guys see that short, you're gonna crack up, and it's a little different. But yeah, I got some projects in the works, like 3 movies I'm working with on with Will Adams. One called Reluctant. It'll be out next. We're filming next year, and got This Ain't Pulp Fiction coming out next year. We're filming that, and Plight of the Independent Filmmaker, the movie that we're filming next year too as well. So that's why all these projects
it's a lot.
Yeah,
holy moly!
Everything is so critical right now. That's why I'm setting the foundation. LEJ Entertainment, and Will's got Low Key Productions. We're gonna come together, work together. Same with Purpose Lab. We're working together. You know, anybody I can work with, I want to work with and learn from because I don't claim to know everything. I'm starting out. I'm learning as I go. But the stuff that I do know, I want to apply it and show other people and bring other people aboard.
Amazing.
So where do Emma and I apply?
You know Lawrence personally.
I'm like, geez,
yeah, you guys are in.
I got to get into something.
Yeah, but I've got so much coming up, and
that's ridiculous.
And that's what I want to tell people. And I work a full-time job, so I tell people, they're like, "How do you do it?" People make time.
When they want to do
what's important to them.
What's
you
important
make the time.
You make the time. So if it's not important, thank you. So if it's not important to you, you're not going to make time.
Of course. I feel like people don't ever understand that when I tell them that. And you know what? You know who I used to tell that to a lot? Again, this is when I was younger, in my younger days when I had hair or whatever. Girls, whenever they had to deal with girls, like if a girl, and this is advice to the young guys, if a girl doesn't put effort to see you or to spend time with you, right? And every time it's I'm busy, this and that. Now I understand people have lives.
Oh yeah.
But if a good 80% of the time that girl's telling you, I don't got time, or this, she don't want to be with you.
We've said the same thing about boys.
No, same thing. No, same. But I can't. I can only apply it to my side of the table.
Here's the verbiage that I've been like, you know, in my head has been told is like,
okay,
they will, if they want to see you, they'll see you.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it's the same thing though.
It's
Same exact thing.
It's like to me, it's like if a girl wants to see you, nothing's gonna stop her from seeing you.
That's right.
Because I'll tell you right now, if she wants a pair of high heels, ain't nothing gonna stop her from getting those high heels.
That's it.
Now, if something stops her from getting them, no, those high heels ain't important to her.
That's right.
That's just
So
the truth of the matter.
It's just human beings in general, right?
Correct. Like you said, this is important to us, right? Like I come here again. You just came from work.
Yep.
I come from work to come do this.
I turned down a job today for this. Not working. Not acting. No, there's something else.
I'm like, she is out of control. How's she going to pay her bills? I don't
I'm
understand.
going to be very upset if you did that.
No.
It was good.
No. Something else.
But like, we do this.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Like we lose sleep over this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's funny because my weekends are really, pretty set in stone. Like I do this on Friday. I wake up tomorrow morning to start putting stuff in the computer, make all this stuff happen, blah, blah, blah. I could just sleep. If I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But I like this more.
Yeah.
Because I want to do this.
Yeah. And just looking at, like I talked about earlier, looking at where I started from to where I'm at now, where I can actually hire people and put people on, it's just huge, and that's what I want. Like I said, Emma, hey, we got this. Are you interested? Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Miguel, I got this part for you. Are you interested? That stuff like that.
Yep.
It's just that feeling. That feeling you have of helping other people get to that next level and grow. And that's what it's about.
And you know what? I share that sentiment because I'm kind of the same. I'm kind of the same way. Again, again, the only thing I can really speak for is this because this is what I started with John. And again, my idea has never always been just me and John. It's always been like, who else can I bring on? Who else can we involve? Who else wants to do this? If you want to do this, you have a platform.
Sure.
I'm willing to share this platform. So what's the hardest thing you've done? Either let it be acting, let it be directing, or if you want to pick one from each. Like what was the most challenging thing? Let's start with acting. What's the most challenging thing you find as an actor?
I would say learning my lines on the spot, like
cold reading kind of thing.
Cold reading, and have to know it within 15 minutes, and you have to be like on point. So not only do you have to know your lines, you have to say it on point with some emotion or some feeling. You have to dig into that character and all that and bring that character to life in 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes you don't even have that. Sometimes it's only 5 minutes.
The audition process?
Yeah, the audition process.
Okay.
And even when you audition for plays and stuff like that, even when you know the person, you're comfortable with that person, but you still want to bring that character to life the best you possibly can. So when you don't, you feel some type of way. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
So that's
a
pretty
good
much
point.
what it is.
That's a really good point to make. That if you do know somebody, does that kind of affect? I've never auditioned. Well, shout out Amin. I've known him forever, and he was the first person that took me on as Girl Assassin, and that was a little weird.
Now, did you have to audition for him?
No, he asked me.
You are something else. See, that's what I mean. See, now, let me ask you guys this. Do you think knowing people helps you? Is that true? Like we just talked about?
I feel like it does. I feel like it does.
Yeah, 100%?
Yeah.
So it's almost who you know, not what you know. And
but I will say, even if you do know someone, I mean, you still have to bring it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can't, okay, so I played a lot of basketball in my life and people know of me, but if they invite me to play and I don't perform, then what good was it to invite me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, knowing people is definitely going to help you get in the door. But you have to still have to bring in your part.
Yeah. Speaking of basketball, I'm just gonna put this out there. This is my pastor, Pastor Dion Hayes. I haven't played basketball with this guy forever, but we talk so much smack back and forth that he's so competitive, I'm competitive. I just want to put this out there. Where's the camera? Yeah, right here.
This
one, right here.
Middle.
I just want to put this out here. Pastor Dion Hayes. When I get my big toe fixed and it's not hurt no more, I'm at you on the basketball court. Just let that be known.
Shots fired.
That's it. Shots
Miguel, I have something I want to tell you.
What's up?
What happened?
I want to play basketball with you.
Really?
Are you
so
good?
You feel like losing?
Player?
I'm kidding.
I will say I'm probably faster than you.
Probably.
I'm in better shape than you.
Of course.
Wow. Okay.
But the only thing is, obviously,
I got
I'm
about 3 feet
5'2"
on
and a
you.
half.
I got like 2 feet on you.
Yes.
However, if I could just get around you, I think I can make it work. Or if I get a pass from the outside and then you don't have time to get me and I shoot. My 3-point game is like, all right.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I don't take competition lightly. I take every competition seriously.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can play whenever you want.
So I didn't grow up.
You didn't
playing
grow up?
these boys. No, I'm saying I grew up playing with boys a lot of the times. And even literally to this day, I will play on the outside my friend's house. And he's 6'2". I play with my boyfriend and then our other friend. And we all play. And
your boyfriend's tall.
He's like
he's jacked.
5'10". He's like 5'10", 5'11".
He was like...
But it's so funny.
How do you shoot? He can't even shoot, man. He's like, like that. It's like, how does she shoot?
But it's so awesome. I love playing with them because they truly treat me just like a regular player. They stuff me. Yeah, I mean, one time I did cry, which because I got hurt. That was not a good look, but after that, it was fine. But
oh my god!
You know what I think it is? I have a lot of respect for female athletes.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for them. Like a lot of people bash the WNBA and all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't. I love going to WNBA games. I love seeing that type of competition.
It's still work. It's still competition. They're still out there working hard. I mean, it's competitive.
And I've played. Okay, so like I had a couple friends that were, they were really, really good at basketball. A little, obviously a little taller than you, but and I remember this one girl. She used to live in Chicago. Her name was Megan. She played in college, and she would go to export with us, and she would run with the guys. Yeah. And this girl had a thing for basketball. Like she was tough. You know what I'm saying? Like again, mind you, she's playing against guys, different story. Obviously the athleticism is different, but this girl would play with this lack of fear that was so impressive to me. Yeah. And I think from then on, because that was when I was a little younger, from then on I grew this respect for female athletes.
Confidence.
You know what I'm saying? Like they play with heart, man. Like they really want to play. You know what I'm saying? And you got to respect it. I mean, again, you never know. Emma might beat me. I don't know.
I don't know either. But I will say too, I've had to be realistic at the same time.
There is a lot of trophies on that shelf right there.
I am going to end up getting hurt. I could, but I also don't want to put them into a position that they're gonna hurt me. So it's like it's this weird dynamic. But we're all coming up to the plate. Like
you need music behind that. Thank you.
Why was it?
Thank you. Well, because I don't want to get hurt, and I don't want to put them in a position where I get hurt.
Because
Come on.
I get very aggressive.
Oh, you get aggressive?
Yes.
No.
So then they're gonna give it back to her.
And then
I don't see you getting aggressive.
I forget. You came in here telling me, I forgot you're so little. You literally said that.
Yeah, she is. She's a little bitty, man. Like,
I didn't realize how little. I'm like, I always forget too. So that's my problem.
I got you.
So I just have to know, what my limits, I guess.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, you have
to know what I'm going up against.
Oh, I got you.
Emma, we can play whenever you would like to.
Uh-oh.
I'm totally down.
Let's bring it.
Totally down. And we'll bring John because John can shoot a little bit.
Well, clearly, I just want to watch.
You can come play too.
I mean, I'll play a little 32 if we're going to do
it. What about your pastor? Bring your pastor.
Yeah, if you want to come, you can get some of this too. You know what I mean? I'm down.
I'm really competitive when it comes to basketball. Like I played a lot in the city. I played a lot in the leagues around the city, and I still play. I mean, I'm not as young as springtime anymore, and my knee kind of gave out on me a little bit, but I still have that competitive thing where like I'm not going to stop until I feel like I can't compete. Yeah. If that makes any sense. And I think what bothers me is like, I'm kind of a streaky player. Yeah. So like, I can go off. Yeah. And then there's a lot of times I can struggle. Yeah. But I think again, I'll stop playing because like my family, they all tell me, oh, you're getting, you got to let this go because every time I come in and I'm limping or whatever, and they're like, you got to stop. And I'm like, I'll stop once I feel like I can't play. Yeah. Like I can't compete anymore. I still feel like I can compete with most people and kids half my age. So it's like, why am I going to quit? I can still play with them.
Yeah, and it's different levels. I mean, you're not playing in a senior league or nothing like that, so you're still good. You know what I mean?
He is actually.
I mean, so
I will tell you.
Possible. Yeah.
I will tell you. Yesterday on Wednesday. Wednesday we had a league game, and this one kid, this little young kid too. He was really, really good, like really impressive. And it's funny because he'll run around me, and I'm like, okay, I got to do the old man thing. Just grab him. I'll take this foul. You're not going to score this bucket or whatever. It's fun. I mean, I still find it fun. Mm-hmm. And again, like you said, when you find something fun, something you enjoy, and you want to do it, you make time for it. And I still make time for it.
That's true.
Even though I wake up in the morning with
crickety.
My back. Every time I get out of the chair,
true.
my back.
I gotta
So
get you
true.
doing some yoga.
God, I would love that. I really would.
All right, I'll send you videos. Like,
Yes.
what are we waiting for?
Isn't that a lot? That's a lot of stretching and stuff like that, though, right?
Yeah, it's so good.
You know
You
what?
too, Lawrence. Everybody needs to do yoga.
I will say, I'm inclined to agree with her because when I had knee surgery and I went into physical therapy, they had me stretching a lot, and you start to realize like you do feel a little better. Like I could actually like put my palms on the floor, kind of thing. I got to that point or whatever, and I'm like, man, this feels great. And then once I started playing basketball, I guess screw it, I'm not stretching anymore, and I can barely like bend over halfway or whatever.
It's
but
crazy.
I agree with you. I think that's something that is really useful. I mean, that's something we don't do, for the most part, and I think we should. I
actually just started working back out last week. Well, actually, Monday was my first day back at the gym.
Amazing.
Congratulations.
And I'm just doing cardio on the treadmill, stuff like that. And I did 1 hour cardio the first day. I went home. I woke up to go to work. I was stiff and sore, like bad. Like I had just played full court basketball, and I'm walking on the treadmill. I'm not even running. So I'm out of shape, and I'm the first to admit that, but I need to start somewhere. You need to get to that next level. By summer, I'm gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
I think maybe start a little slower. You don't have to go an hour.
Well,
go 30.
Yeah, now I realize that I'm doing 15.
Yeah, exactly.
15,
I think what the hard part for me was, I mean, when I was younger, I was in a lot better shape when I was younger. Like I was actually going to the gym pretty consistently. I was, getting stronger, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Not as big as John, because John be a little too much, but whatever.
Yeah.
I think right now it's kind of the thing where like, I don't want to say I'm intimidated to go to the gym.
Yeah.
But there is an intimidation factor in the gym, because like I used to go to the gym a lot with John, but I don't like going with John because we spend more time switching 45-pound plates
So annoying.
than actually freaking lifting weights, because obviously I can't lift as much as he then. And then, you go to the gym with him and everyone around him is about his size, kind of like your boyfriend. And it's awesome that they're like that. I love that they're like that, right? It's awesome, but it's like, I don't look like that. It's like one of those like, I'm just gonna come over here.
You can work out with me.
Now we're talking. You know what? I don't want to get big.
I've seen her workouts. No.
Hold on. But I'm gonna tell you. I will say one thing. I'm done trying to build. I don't want to look like a muscular dude.
Gotcha.
I just want to be like, if I had to find a figure of a famous person that I would want to be, like The Rock is not out of the question. No, that's out of the question. I'm more of who played Deadpool? What's his name?
Who's that?
Ryan Reynolds.
Like
Sure, I could see
he's
that.
in shape, but he's not super big. You know what I'm saying?
He's lean.
He's lean. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, like something like that. I'm cool with that.
Okay,
give
with
me
that.
Chris Evans, that
Okay.
kind of figure. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm good with that. I don't need to.
I have an idea.
Yes, ma'am.
30-day challenge.
Oh God.
I'm putting you on workouts, boy.
Here we go.
Oh, should
I
have
saw
said
that
that.
coming.
Oh.
I saw that coming.
No, here's the
I guess
thing.
I'm not gonna be
How
able to
about
eat these
20,
tacos after
20
here.
minutes a day. 20 minutes a day.
I don't
You know what? The funny thing is, I have a freaking gym membership. I
Do
just
you?
don't go.
I do
I need
too,
to
man.
start going.
Yeah,
I really
too.
do.
Yeah.
I promise you, one day, I will be in shape and we can go lift weights, and
He did not
I will
commit
keep
to
No,
up as
I'm
much.
not going to be there with you. You're doing this by yourself.
Oh, never mind. I
That's
needed
30-day
some morals. I
challenges
needed I needed some moral
No, I'm
support.
kidding.
That's
I'm
what I
kidding.
need.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, we'll make it happen for sure.
And it's funny because I feel like I need to do it.
She's out of control, man.
She's out of control.
Yeah, you start talking
told
about
me.
Jim. I don't even know why I brought Jim up. Man. You know what I mean? 'Cause-
Florence E. Johnson Jr.
Yeah, she's out of
you
control.
We
told
opened
me.
the book.
Yeah. Well, let me
She
give you
just
this
ran with
workout,
it.
and you need a lot of protein in your diet. I'm sorry, this is what
You're
it
right. I'm
is.
sorry. I get very carried away. I just love it.
But she's
I just love
passionate about it.
I
It's
like it.
awesome.
If
You
you're
see it.
friends with somebody,
That's your thing.
you push them. Okay.
No, I agree. Honesty, right? Honesty is the best policy.
I'm honestly not
No?
that perfect either. So don't.
No?
not
No,
at
but
all.
she's inspirational. Emma's inspirational. Like I watch all her stuff whenever she goes live on Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You guys
and
were both on it one time.
Yeah.
That made my heart so
I
happy.
like listening. You know, like it's awesome the way she talks and all that and all this.
She's
I just
into
wish
it too,
I wish
man.
I had
She's-
I wish I had as much energy as she does. Like when it comes to this stuff.
I
Oh my
agree.
God.
Oh man, I'd be 50 pounds lighter just
Oh,
in 2 days. Man.
But then again, I wish I can go back 20 years when I can eat whatever I want and wake up skinny as fuck.
Oh yeah.
But those days are long behind me already.
Oh yeah.
So you said auditioning was your challenge, right?
Yep, that was my challenge.
Emma, what's your biggest challenge as an actress?
Want to go first? Did you say yours already?
No, I'm gonna let you, ladies first.
Oh, okay. That's very nice of you. My biggest challenge right now, to be honest, is actually getting the auditions.
Oh, like getting them, you mean?
Getting the auditions, yeah.
But that's out of your control because you're with an agency, aren't you?
Yeah.
So how do you find it difficult?
I mean, that's an issue, right?
Oh, but you mean, so it's
what
an
am
issue.
okay, what's the...
Like something you find difficult, not necessarily like, okay, your company's not giving you auditions. That's separate.
Okay,
like
I got you.
Struggle with.
Something that's in your control.
Yeah,
Got
something
you.
that
So
you can control.
I am working on understanding how to develop a character in a very deep way.
Okay.
That's something I've kind of like went over my head, and I really want to get better at that. So I think sometimes my mind is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it's hard for me to like focus in and be really clear with this person that I'm creating. So that's what I'm working on. That's what's difficult for me right now, is like really honing in, being very specific with, who they are, their memories, their objectives, and like how that fits into the story. Like sometimes I'm like, ooh, because my whole life I've been like, I'm just gonna show up and give my best, and that's great. But like I'm realizing I have lived my life so much like that, especially in sports. I've always just shown up, done my best, had a great time, was decent. Yeah. And so now I'm like really like, all right, I gotta work on this. Like it's okay to be bad and like put work into that. So that's what I'm struggling with, or I'm working toward.
I'm not struggling with it. I'm kidding.
I'm having a different experience than you.
I'm going to say...
perfect. I don't have any issues. What's wrong with you guys,
Yeah, you guys are not at my level yet. Oh, my God. I'm actually kind of in the opposite boat of you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Because I tend to be a person that overthinks.
Okay.
So, and I feel like I show that in my performance.
Okay.
So one of the things I struggle with is trying to make something look real, right? Do we ever really think about what looks real? Like as human beings, right? Do we exaggerate things?
Sure. Yeah.
Sometimes, but for the most part, if you're having a conversation with someone, we're doing what we're doing right now, which if you look at it, you're not doing anything. You're listening, right? I'm just sitting here, moving my hand a little bit, but I'm not doing anything dramatic. What I've learned that I used to do a lot was I used to be like super like, okay, I need to be like this and do this and do that and be very expressive with my face and whatever. I believe that less is more.
I agree.
Especially when it comes to cinematography. I mean, it's a different ballgame when you're on stage. It's a different ballgame. You got to be big on stage.
Yep.
Movies and TV shows and all that, you barely see much of the character. You see their eyes, which is everything, like selling stuff. And it's funny because when we were on PD in the second scene that we shot, which I didn't have any lines of, but I was one of the party goers, whatever. And I was going to get pushed and around by one of the cops. I thought about what I wanted to do. Right. Cause I really don't have nothing to do, but I'm like, what can I do that would look real? And how can I execute it? Right. So the cops come in and I'm like, okay, what would a gangbanger do if a cop would come in? Well, I would act like he's a nobody. I don't care about you, bro.
Yeah.
I made Jesse, the actor who plays Jay, I made him push me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was funny because he ran with it, which was, I'm like, dang, he's really fucking good.
That's improv.
Because the fact that he can do this and just go. Same thing with Jk Simmons. Talk about improv. I had an improv scene with Jk Simmons. He's a beast.
Yeah.
Like I could not throw him off his game. I couldn't get him to crack, laugh, nothing. He just had a response for every goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy's a pro.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And like, to me, it's like, this is how it really would be in real life. Like if a cop's going to come in and he's not listening, what's the next? I'm going to move him a little bit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm struggling with. How to make something simple where it looks real. You get what I'm saying? Does anybody, you get what I'm saying?
I'm right there with you.
I get you.
Like not overacting, kind of keeping it very, very grounded.
I actually started out overacting, like over the top with everything, because with the character breakdown, I couldn't, if they said, oh, this character, he's upset. So I'm like, screaming. And it didn't say anything about screaming, but he's upset. You could be mad and talk normal.
Silent.
And be very quiet. Yeah.
That's even more powerful.
Yeah.
So it's different levels to it. And it's like, I'm doing all this extra stuff and didn't realize it until I started taking some more classes and working on the craft. And I'm like, I didn't have to, because
if your character has that written in for him, then different. You do that.
That's different, yeah.
Right, but like every like, I think we look at performances sometimes and we're like, man, this was amazing. I want to do it like that. Yeah. But there's a reason why that person did it like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like for me, Heath Ledger in the Joker thing, I'm like, man, he was so good. He was so like extra. But that was the character that he played. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
but that doesn't have to. That not every role that he played, he does the same thing. Like in Brokeback Mountain, he wasn't the same character.
Yeah,
he was more subdued. He was very down to earth. When he was in the one with Mel Gibson, is that The Patriot?
I think it was a Patriot.
He was in it,
and that was good. That
he's very in. You know what I'm saying? But then the Joker comes on, he's all. Yeah. All this, and all this, and blah blah blah. And why are you so serious? Blah blah blah.
But that required that.
Exactly.
Yeah, required
exactly.
That, yeah.
You know, so that, I think that's when we have to like understand, like we don't have to be, the center of attention in every scene. But I think we have to be powerful in every scene. We have to be able to be seen and noticed in every scene, but not steal scenes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
We're just part of the story.
Let me ask you guys this. So, you guys have agents, I have agents. So when you get your sides, how do you break down that character? Because obviously in those sides, they may give you one line, give you
no information whatsoever.
Somewhat of a synopsis.
They give you no information whatsoever.
And you have to bring that character to life, not knowing.
Emma, you go first. I'll let you answer that.
You know what I mean?
First.
So how do you guys, do that?
Well, I'm working on this right now.
That is a fucking great question.
I got nothing. No, I'm kidding.
We'll all get booked right away. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
You want to go or you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you what I do. Because I took a class that basically kind of gave me this idea. I'm like, look, you're not going to get a lot of information. You're not. Because you have no idea what the episode's about. You have no idea what anything's going on. You read everything you have. Right? And if it's not there, I make it up, because at least I'm making a decision versus I'm just standing there showing that I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Even if the decision is wrong. Yeah. I made a decision. Now, again, this may not work for everybody. I may be wrong. But this is what I do. Like if the character is like, oh, he's going to come in and why is he there? Okay. What's the moment before? What am I doing prior to this? Why am I grabbing this guy? Do I know this person? Do I not? And if it's not in the story, he's my brother. Yeah. Whatever. Yes. I'm going to treat him like he's my brother. Exactly. I'm going to treat him like he's an ex-girlfriend or whatever, that type of stuff. Like I'm going to make this up because it's not there. Yeah. Yeah. But if you don't want to look like you're just reading off of a piece of paper, you have to make that. You have to make it up because you don't have it. Again, it might be wrong, but there's nothing wrong with being wrong because they're looking at what you look like and the decisions that you make, and can they direct you? Right. That's why they ask for multiple takes. Change it up a little bit. Can you do that? At least that's what I do. I don't know. I may be wrong.
It's amazing.
I may be wrong. I don't know.
That sounds about right.
I mean, that's what I do. That's true. In my audition, because there's a lack of information.
Go ahead. How about you, Lawrence?
You are something else. You're gonna put me. I'm
She's
second.
Being very slick. Very slick.
Very evasive. Very evasive. But with me, I'm like sort of like you. I'll kind of make up certain parts. And my daughter Ellen, she's my code reader. When I can't find somebody to read with me, she reads with me. So she'll say, "Dad, no, they mean they want you to do this or they want you to do that." So shout out to Ellen. She's awesome. She's incredible. But thank you, hand claps. But I try to bring something to the character that's not in the script that I think is gonna help. You know what I mean? And I also ask advice, like to different actors, different actresses. I'm like, hey, how would you play this part if it was you? And I'm, I may be going up against them. I don't know, but I always want that feedback. Like, what do you think this character's about? Because it doesn't hurt to, talk to your
the more information you have, the better it is.
The more information you have. So I tend to work with people and, shout out to everybody that helped me in the past and helped me break down characters and stuff like that. And I take bits and parts from everybody and make it my own. And then I just do the audition. Sure.
Awesome.
Yep.
Emma.
I definitely do a combo of both. You guys both said. No, really, of deciding relationships. Who was this person to me? Like, what was I doing right before that? Like giving a nice little moment before I start talking, whatever the other person starts talking, right? It's really important. Yeah. And I do have a group thread of 2 girls that I met in a online acting class through Dewan Johnson, who runs a class that I was telling you about that you really should take. It's called Self-Tapes That Book. And so we just met so many amazing people. They both live in LA. Actually, I think one lives in Arizona, but we're always doing that, sending each other 2 different types of takes and being like, hey, which one do you think is good? And and it's funny because it's usually the gut feeling of the other, that she like knows it's the second one, but she just wants to see, what everybody else says. And then we usually pick the one that she originally thought, which is very interesting.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I think there's so many ways to go about it, right? I mean, everybody's going to have their own little, technique or whatever and blah, blah, blah. I really try to grab as much information as I can from the text. Try to understand. This is when John's most of the time John's my reader. I'll go back and forth with him. Like, this is what I think is going on here. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go back and forth and like, okay, maybe it's not I hate you, kind of like I hate, like you said, like you're not no, it's more of a hate you. Like one of those soft ones or whatever. I'm sorry that I blanked out for a second. But like one of those things. And it's fun to think about this stuff. And I've learned to love it more. Yeah. As the more you do it, I'm like, it's more of a challenge. Like, what can I do to this? You know what I'm saying? And again, we're novice. So like, we don't get amazing dialogue in our scenes, right? We don't get amazing, especially when it comes to like our professional stuff. Like when we talk about, PD and all that, we don't get, we're not, I was a gangbanger. You were delivering mail. So I mean, it's one of those things like but we have to grab those, right? And we obviously you shine because they picked you. Yeah. Out of how many? Right? They saw something in you. Yeah. And you made a good decision. How much correction did they give you, or direction, not correction, direction
on set?
Yeah.
They just said, can you like move your mark a little bit closer, like.
So they didn't give you nothing on like your acting. That means you did. That means you did it very well.
She's focused. She's so focused.
I'm
telling
you,
so focused.
I was the same way. Like they didn't really give me too much, but I was very prepared. Like I had the idea of what was going to happen already in the scene. I understood once I got the script, and it was funny. I asked him, not the main guy in the episode, but the other guy that was with, like, kind of had the same role I did. I asked him, "Did you read your script?" He's like, "No." And I'm like, why? I read the entire episode. Yeah. Like I want to know what's going on here. Yeah. Like this is
it matters. It matters.
It does.
Oh, you know what? I do take that back. They did give me one note of like, look around more when you walk in. So I was like, oh, okay, great. So
this is when you start to think about, again, this is when I say you got to start to think about, what do we do as human beings on a normal day?
Yeah. So I wanted to tell you, this is funny. I was watching the Carbonaro Effect. Have you guys ever seen that? No. It's on TV. It's like basically a magician who just pulls pranks on people. So it'd be like, I'm the worker at a store, you're a customer, and I'm showing, like in this episode, he showed a fridge that was like, it's connected to the cloud. So it's an empty fridge. He's like, so you can put, let's just pick bananas, apples, and then it like downloads and he opens it up and a banana and apple are in there. And like people are like, wow, this is crazy, right? And then he walks away. This is the interesting part. So he walks away, and then this gives people a moment to be with themselves and their emotions and like, oh my God, what? And I think that will really help you if you watch these little episodes of people's true reactions. They're not like, they're just literally like,
right.
Like, oh. Yeah.
This is like when I took classes at Black Box, and I think one of the things that they told me that really stuck with me is like, whenever you're out, look at people, look at what they do. That's real, right? I clown around with people, and I say, oh, whenever, like sometimes somebody asks me, what do you do when you act? I'm like, well, me and you right now are talking, and if the camera was looking at us, we'd be Oscar winners. Yeah, because this is natural.
That's true. It's
right. Like right now, when you look at this podcast so back, it's gonna be like, well, this is great acting because you're really doing something because you're just being you.
Yeah, I'm acting right now.
You get what I'm saying? It's like,
also, children watching kids.
But why are kids
best?
Why are kids so good in acting as when they're children? Because they don't care. Because they don't have that self. they don't have that self-image in their head like we do. Like we think about how stupid do I look.
They're not overanalyzing.
I don't like the way I smell this way. They don't care.
Yeah.
We overanalyze. So part of me when I'm acting or doing something is like, okay, for a second I started to think about what do I do in this situation? Like if I'm walking from point A to point B, like they told you to look around. Okay, well in real life, what would you do? Yeah. You walk out of a building, you start to look at, okay, look at this, you look up at the sky, look at the weather, you look at where you're going, your destination, blah, blah, blah. You know, those are the things that I'm trying to really incorporate into my acting because again, it's all about looking real. You got to make it look and feel real.
Yeah. And it's just being believable. That's all it is. It's natural. You know, shout out to Rocco Mari. I took one of his classes and he said something that stuck with me is that wherever he's at, like he'll steal something from you or he'll steal something from you.
Steal from everyone?
Yeah, your personality. If you say something a certain way, he'll like, oh, I like the way she said that. I'm going to say that next thing. You know, and he'll incorporate it into his everyday. Whether it's a Jamaican accent, whether it's a Spanish accent, or whether it's a mannerism, he'll watch people and
I heard that from Michael Caine. He said that once too.
And that's always stuck with me since then. So when I'm out and about, I'll see somebody like, oh, I can use that. Even if I don't use it myself, I can write it into a character or I can bring it up fruition. So that's always stuck with me. So shout out to you on that one for that advice, man.
I think the way Michael Caine put it, he said, always steal, but steal from the best people.
That's right.
Like watch your favorite actors and steal what they do.
Yeah.
Because what they do, they stole. Yeah. You just don't know who they stole it from because they made it into themselves.
That's right.
Right. So you can say, I love Gary Oldman. I don't know who he watched, but he was watching somebody because the idea came from somewhere. And if he was watching, let's say, Brando or whatever, he probably stole some stuff from there. And that was great advice. He
incorporated that into his,
made it his own. He made it his own. Exactly. Yeah. So you don't know where he probably did, but you don't know where he got it from.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah. And I watch movies now and I'm like, this is why again, I love that can we say we're actors? We're actors.
Oh yeah.
We're actors now.
Thespians.
I one thing I don't like about being an actor is like, I feel like I ruined movies for myself. Because I'm very critical. Like I was watching a movie last night. I went to go Spider-Man. I'm watching. I'm like, okay, why did he do that? Why did he, I would have done this or this camera shot or this shot looks really good.
Yeah.
Like, and I was talking to my sister. I'm like, man, there's a scene. I don't want to talk about it. There's a scene. And I'm like, I told myself like, that scene looks really freaking good.
Yeah.
Like that camera, that angle looks great. And I'm like, this sucks because I'm so critical about movies. I can't just sit there and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But at the same time
now. It's different.
Yeah, it's different because we know.
Yeah.
We know what it entails. You know, especially, you're a director. Yeah. You've been behind the camera. I've been behind the camera. It's like,
it's so much different when you're an actor or actress and you're playing a part and they're directing you, hey, say it this way, say it that way. It's different. But when you're actually behind the camera and you're directing and you want this to come across a certain way, and then you actually watch something on Netflix or Amazon, you're like, man, I like the way he shot that, so I'm going to bring that and incorporate that into what I do. Yep. Or I like the way he said that or she did that, and I'm going to incorporate that in what I do. I think that's so dope. And like I said, you always learn every day. You never stop learning. So I'm a sponge, and I want to keep learning. I want to remain humble. And it's what it is. So
what's a trouble, or maybe not a trouble, but what kind of struggle have you come across in directing actors?
I would say some actors just don't get it. You know what I mean? They don't. You may direct them and say, "Hey, this is what I want you to do," and you have a vision in your head of what it's supposed to look like and what you want it to look like because you wrote it. And then when you try to convey that, to that actor and they get it right on the fifth time, you're like, oh, okay, they got it right, so we can shoot. And then they go back the next 45 times and do it incorrectly. It just drives you nuts.
You don't want to be rude or anything. Yeah,
I mean, and it's not that you're being rude. Right. You have to. You have a product that you're trying to put out, and you hired that actor to do a job. And I'll probably get a slap on the hand for this, but if you can't do the job, it's like any other job. Like
you're gonna get
fired.
My real job. If I'm not performing and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to get fired, right? I may get a verbal warning, I may get a write-up, But that third time, they're going to be like, hey, Lawrence, I'm sorry, you're not doing your job. We got to let you go.
What I'm saying, go ahead.
Yeah. And then if you're putting all your money and your time into this project that's yours, and you have an actor or actress that just don't get it, I mean, it's business. It's nothing personal, but especially if you're trying to direct them and you're doing everything you possibly can. And then when you have other people come in and do the same thing, and you're thinking, well, maybe it's just me, the way I'm telling them, maybe I'm telling them wrong or something. But when you have somebody else come in and tell them the exact same way and they still don't get it, and you may give them another chance and somebody else comes in and tells them and they can't get it. What do you do from that point?
What do you do?
You got.
Did you have you ever had to fire somebody?
That's a yes.
I would never fire anybody.
He got himself. He quit him. He quit by himself.
No, here's the thing. It's harsh, but it's reality.
And that's okay.
You have
that's completely understandable.
You have a product that you want to be a certain way, and you have to put it out.
Yes.
If it's going to be in theaters, and you're going to sell tickets.
You have a standard.
Yeah.
There's a standard and a story you have to keep up to.
There's a standard that you have to have.
Easy.
And there's no shame in giving somebody an opportunity, and they can't handle that opportunity yet, or it just may not be quite there yet.
Right.
What you're looking for, you have to be honest with them.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think if you're not honest with them, you're doing them a
disservice. You're doing them a disservice. Yeah.
So, and that's the way I look at it. And if I wasn't doing my job on set, somebody would tell me, "Hey, Lawrence, I'm sorry, man, we can't use you anymore." And
that also depends on
So.
Block them.
Yeah, he's block them. Yeah,
block them.
But it also comes down to the actor.
Yeah,
I mean, if the actor is a professional or wants to be a professional, these are things you should know already. If you're gonna dabble into acting, there's certain things. Again, this is when I say go take classes. Yeah. Because this is stuff that we were told and we were taught that we have to learn how to do. You have to be adaptable.
Yeah.
Because your way is not what they want.
Yeah.
It's what they want because it's their story, not yours.
And I think you should always continue to work on your craft, take classes.
Absolutely.
Denzel Washington still takes classes.
Yes. That's amazing.
If he takes classes, why? What makes me so special?
Yeah, I don't have to take classes.
I'm not Denzel, but he still takes classes. So why? What makes me so special where I can't take classes?
And actors are only the little pieces of the big puzzle.
Yes.
Literally one little bite-sized piece of so many moving parts. So
sure,
yes,
definitely.
Oh man, we're gonna start winding down.
Okay.
It all kind of goes really fast when we're having fun here.
So how much time do we have left?
We got about 3 more minutes.
So should we put a beat on and I'll do my 85 flow?
I mean, I'll tell you what. If you would have told me a little like the day before, I would have been able to. I would have been able to get it.
I got the beat right
you got
here.
a beat. Go ahead. Go.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Now, guys, I wrote this in high school back in '85. So
let's see what we got.
I've done it before on live, but I want y'all to hear it. So you let me know when you're ready. All right.
Go ahead, Emma.
Me. All right. All right. Here we go. All right, go. Punk quit tripping, cause I'm the boss. I'm like a 12 gauge gun when I go off on the mic tonight with steady ease. And if you try to diss me, I just say please. I'm the wizard, I rap with the magical spell. This is not B.B. King or Patti LaBelle. See, I am LD with the lyrical sting. Just like Coca-Cola, I'm the real thing. Serving all suckers like a deck of cards. So get ready to get played, cause I'm coming up hard. I'm the devastating, dominating LD. Serving all you pump in a place to be, man. I'm like ice cream. I'm calm and cold. Went to Eric B's concert because I got so 12 gauge on stage. If I go on a rage, and if I was a centerfold, you would tear out the page, baby. Yo, baby, let's go. Clap it up. 85, baby, all day long. 85 flow. High school, baby. Let's go.
Oh, gee, that was impressive, man. That was impressive.
You like that?
That was impressive. Yeah. Great job. Great job.
Your beatbox is pretty dope, too. Didn't know she had it in her. You know what I mean?
That's actually, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I'll give you guys a minute to shout out whatever you guys want to shout out, your links, and obviously your play, anything you guys are doing, or links and all that. So you guys can go ahead.
Yeah, I would say 1800 versus 2020 happening around Morgan Park in Chicago all through February. Again, amazing story. Seriously, I sit in rehearsal and I'm like tear up. Like I get emotional. It's a really amazing story. And again, there's Very playful too, and fun, and it's just going to be a great time. So tickets are half off right now. They're going to be popping up to $50. So get your tickets now.
Nice.
Looking forward to it.
I think they go January 1st. They're going to go to full price. So definitely go. It's at richardgallion.com. And shout out to Richard and
Shout
the
out,
team.
Rich. What's going on, bro?
Such an amazing group of people to work with. I'm so fortunate. So
Right on.
Definitely.
Yourself, sir?
Well, basically, I mean, like I said, I appreciate everybody's support in advance. I'm working on some stuff with Will Adams, where we got Reluctant, the movie coming out, Plight of the Independent Filmmaker movie coming out, This Ain't Pulp Fiction movie coming out with Will Adams. Also with Tarina Page, Purpose to Laugh, I'm directing What a Difference a Dad Makes. And we also, as what's going to be a film in theaters in April 2022. So look out for that, 3 different separate theaters. Also, opened my own company, LEJ Entertainment. Look out for that. We got some big stuff coming from that. Friend Zone, Al Ballard, a short film that'll be out shortly. I think I'm forgetting somebody. I don't want to forget anybody. I got so much going on. But Tamar the play is actually going to be in Atlanta and New York. New York in September, and Atlanta and I want to say February.
That's awesome.
So yeah, definitely appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank you for your support. Much love.
I also want to shout out Jonathan. Thanks for letting me
Oh
take
yeah,
your
my
spot,
boy John. Yeah, John. I hope you feel better, man. Hopefully we get you back in a week or two.
Thanks for letting me take your spot. It's awesome.
You did awesome. I want to say thank you, obviously, for joining us here today.
Appreciate you, man.
We'll have you back, obviously, whenever you want. Emma,
I'm here. Yeah.
You're part of the family. You can come whenever you want.
Thank you.
Hopefully we get another girls' night pretty soon. With a couple more girls in here. I appreciate you guys coming, taking your time, honestly, because I know you guys come from pretty far. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
I am in your debt. Like
Not at
always.
all.
Emma, if you need anything, just grab it on your way out. If you need a recorder or a microphone,
I
grab it
got
on
all
your way
that
out.
stuff, actually. We'll definitely talk about that. Thanks so much.
I really appreciate you guys.
No doubt. Appreciate you, man.
Cool.
Yep.
So that's going to be our show for tonight. Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, everything we said is in our opinion. And if you don't agree with it, you can piss off.